Kansas City Council, July 20th, 2026.
Yes, because they only have 48 hours to respond.
Oh, I mean, that's good though.
Really?
Yeah, I've been through this so many times, okay? And then also there'll be a congressional notification, also is 96 hours. And it goes directly to the postal.
We're all ready, Andy.
Good man. Where's your map?
I thought we were over COVID. People don't even ask why I have COVID.
They don't care.
So tired.
You know, just,
So anyway, we'll wait and see.
I'm curious to see what happens because not only have some disappeared, but the expenses have happened.
Hey, this is really
And then I had mail in my whole box. It was not even on the mail on the parts.
Oh, no.
I give that to her.
Well, we have a lock. It's a lock.
Oh,
But anyway, so
yeah, it's been bad. Yeah, yeah, okay, sorry.
I know.
I had three today.
Oh, yeah.
I found my agenda.
It's okay.
Yes,
No, you didn't.
I haven't deposited
Well,
You would use that much paper.
George,
Yes, he is. Think about things.
Hell of a job he had up there.
oh.
I didn't take my
I used to drive by the on my way home and stop and get fresh.
I just haven't been on my
Fresh,
phone.
fresh
Yeah.
rock.
Tried
Fresh
to
still.
Yeah, that's what this was.
It was wonderful.
And then they had spaghetti with elk meat. Outstanding.
No, that's the count.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And stand and say pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up tonight. Roll call. Counselor Wiggins.
Here.
Counselor Hobson.
Here.
Counselor White. Here. Counselor Cunningham.
Here.
Mayor Knudsen. We're all here. Adjustments to the agenda, Thomas.
None, Your Honor.
None. Right on. Okay. Now is our favorite time. We're having a public hearing. Appeal ordinance number 26-723, moratorium on new and additional marijuana business licenses. Read public hearing process. Mayor Knudsen. Open hearing? Okay, read. This is a required public hearing to accept public input on issues not related to land use. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing? Thank you. And a second. Thank you. The City of Winston Municipal Code Title 3, Chapter 30, Section 30.09 specifies the order of presentation of testimony at public hearings after the hearing is opened as follows. Will staff please give a report?
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Good evening, members of the audience. So ordinance number 26-723, which places a permanent moratorium on any new additional business license for recreational marijuana dispensaries. We won't go through the very lengthy timeline in history. I think we're all apprised on that. But when you pass this ordinance some time back, there was a 30-day appeal. We did receive an appeal on the 30th day. They did make the deadline. It is determined to be timely. So that's why we're having this public hearing today. When a ordinance is appealed, the applicant and the appellant has the right to have a public hearing before the council and before the citizens of Winston. So it is a fairly straightforward process, but as it relates to the matter, the ordinance itself, I only have 3 points I'd like to make, and then the council can turn, and I don't think it made it into your script, Mayor, so I'll tell you, the council can turn the time over to the appellant for appellant testimony before you get to public statements.
Okay.
There are 3 points as it relates to what transpired in passing this ordinance. Of course, you know there was a full legislative package that offered the opportunity for recreational marijuana dispensaries to be placed only in commercial zone properties if they met specific buffering requirements. You have to be a specific distance away from schools, daycares, churches, things of that nature. It went through a very lengthy process. And then once that was ratified, the opportunity for a dispensary to come in, that platform was offered. We received one application. That application was filed and processed according to the rules, and they did set up, and they've been operating since late March. The passing of this particular ordinance, some of the main integral reasons are threefold. It was passed not based on gaining its authority from House Bill 4121. House Bill 4121 was referenced in it, but House Bill 4121 prohibits any additional OLCC licenses if you're above a certain, or you're below a certain population threshold, which is 7,500. For those that have a license and that are
7,500 over 21.
right, those caveats are in there. Yes. And the whole purpose of that is it's meant to cut down on market saturation. What it doesn't do is if you have an existing license from OLCC, you can then transfer that license in, which is, in other words, for lack of better terms, a backdoor to negating that House bill. So the council, in its good wisdom, looked at that, looked at the intent, but this appeal was filed based on the premise that we are passing an ordinance gaining our authority from 4121. That's not necessarily true. The city of Winston gains its authority from the Winston Municipal Code. You use that, and by virtue of the code, you pass an ordinance. Number two is the city does want to avoid market saturation. We do see that it's happening all over the state. It's happening even in our backyard. Roseburg is considered a city that is experiencing some market saturation in some elements. And number three, allowing the usage, we have a significant amount of senior citizen demographics. We have a high percentage. Allowing the usage did introduce a culture shock. That was a factor. We knew that because when we went through the public hearing process, it was very confrontational. I'm sure you all remember. We had it at the community center. We filled the room, and we had lots of testimony adversely against, adamantly against. And so there was a major culture shock here. So I think the council took that into consideration, and being that it's a newly adopted program, we need to see how this program functions for some time and see how it resonates in the community. So for those three reasons, staff recommends affirming the ordinance and keeping it in place. Thank you. Happy to take a
I
question.
really did have a question concerning the ordinance.
Certainly.
Is there a distance between, if there was a secondary marijuana shop, is there a distance that must be maintained between them?
We did not adopt a distance between units. We only adopted buffers away from specific types of operations.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Are there any out-of-meeting disclosures or conflict of interest disclosures
From the council.
from the council?
No.
Okay. No. Are there any public... Oh, no. Now we get to hear from Mr. Collier, correct?
Correct.
Yes, Mr. Collier, come on up.
Hello, thank you for your time.
Would you give your name and address?
Zach Kohler, and the address is,
Where you live?
I live in Medford, Oregon, currently.
Okay.
Okay. Last week I got share a little bit about my history in the area, but today I kind of just want to get to the nuts and bolts on this. I currently run a business in the city of Roseburg, and Roseburg is in fact not saturated at all. It is one of the best markets in the state. So I have 15 stores, and Roseburg is our best store. So I would disagree as far as taxes and things like that go. The city of Roseburg is receiving quite a large amount of taxes from us. We have one store there. We're doing quite well. The reason that we kind of found out about this was because of customers kind of trying to drag me into the situation, and so that's why we kind of came here. When I kind of first was applying for this, I was told it was the bill 4121. That's what kind of perked my ears up, because it does in fact protect the legislation, in my opinion, does not protect for cities from doing this. So I'm just going to read my prepared statement that kind of talks about this a little bit. I believe this ordinance does far more than regulate marijuana. It permanently prevents any new recreational marijuana retail facilities from being issued in Winston. The practical event is to grant one existing business a permanent monopoly. The staff report states House Bill 4121 only restricts the issuance of state licenses through Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Control Commission. It does not it allows cities to create their own permanent license. It does not allow cities to create their own permanent licensing moratoriums. The staff report also acknowledged that the population caps in state law do not apply to license renewals, ownership changes, or locations. That was because the state was handing out, people were parking licenses in apartment complexes basically to sell the licenses off. So it was reducing the value of every license the more they would do this. Basically there'd be a shopping center like across the street, and they would put it up into a bunch of different little A, B, C, D to F, and they would license them all and sell each one. So it was decreasing the value of each license in the state of Oregon, was why they did that. People were putting 10-foot farms on their property and selling the licenses for $250,000. They were doing what they had to do. It was actually quite clever what people were doing. Cities may adopt reasonable rules regarding location, hours of operation, public access, and the manner of sale. A permanent ban on future licenses is none of these things. It is not a zoning regulation. It is a time, place, and manner restriction. It is not a permanent barrier to competition. If the city wishes to restrict marijuana licenses beyond those limits, Oregon law provides a specific process that involves voting for different things, I guess. Winston's own zoning code lists retail sales as permitted in commercial general zone with no prohibition. Any attempt to deny any application based on these ordinance rather than zoning code invites challenge. This is not about whether someone supports or opposes marijuana businesses. It's about whether the city acted within the authority granted by the Oregon legislature. The city can regulate, it can adopt reasonable conditions, and but what it's doing in this situation is providing a permanent monopoly. Competition encourages better service, more consumer choice, and healthier local economy. Permanent monopolies do the opposite. They benefit one business while preventing every future applicant from even having the opportunity to compete. If the city's goal is responsible regulation, there are lawful ways to achieve it through zoning and reasonable operational standards. Being that we're only the second application, we feel the oversaturation would currently not be an issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any public statements in opposition? Are there any public statements?
Mayor, if I may.
Oh, come on up, sweetie. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hi.
My name is Felicia Matthews. I live in 10 Mile.
Hi, Felicia.
I've never been to this meeting before, but I'm on like the Winston Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about this, so I just want to. It was like an opposition for this marijuana store, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have several elderly people that live in Winston, and I don't think we need another store. This gentleman, nothing personal against him, but in his statements he said that he was driven here by his customers and that he has 16 stores. Why do you need 17? Another thing, he doesn't live in Winston, he doesn't live in Roseburg, he lives in Medford. And I just think that we have one store. There's a very small community, it's an older community, and there's a lot of stores in Roseburg. If you wanted to drive another 10, 15 miles, you could drive to one of his stores there. I just don't see the need for it. It's an older community, and I'm not against what you do in your public time, but I don't think we need another marijuana store in Winston.
Thank you, Felicia. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Okay. Are there any statements in favor of this? Come on up. Do you name your address, please?
My name is Crystal Balser, and I live at 121 Oscar Drive in Roseburg. I happen to work for Mr. Zach Kohler at Emerald Triangle in Roseburg, and I just want to say that this company doesn't feel like other dispensaries or weed companies that I have personally worked for in the past. When you walk into our dispensary, you feel like you're walking into a health shop more than a pot shop. We're clean, we're professional, we're happy, we're all in a really good mood. And we're truly just there to help educate those that are seeking alternatives to other pharmaceuticals, to help people sleep, help them find relief from their busy days. And I think Emerald Triangle would be another great business to bring to this town and just help people out.
Very good. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else that is in favor of this business? Okay. Does anybody have public statements in general? Just anything? Okay, this is moving along. Does the council have any questions or comments?
Yes. I got a senior moment here. When we sent out, when we sent out an invitation to bid, was that a 30-day invitation?
For the planning commission?
For the opening up a marijuana shop?
Well, before it was ratified, when we were holding some of our first public hearings, we did workshops on this, so we broadcasted those very, very early, months before. And then our first public hearing, we, at the planning commission level, to allow the introduction into general commercial zones, we went on the OLCC website and tried to gain everyone's information that had active OLCC licenses, and we tried to email them. And our planner did that. Then we did it a second time once it made it to the council level, because we wanted everyone to be aware, be able to participate. We did have the gentleman from Smiles show up, and I also had other calls during that period of time. Cougar Cannabis.
Cougar called,
yeah, a nice lady from there. So we tried to go the extra mile in terms of the notification.
And so the only person that responded to put in an application within the allotted time was Red Barn?
We only received one permitting application, yes.
During the time. The question I have then, sir, is how come you did not submit one earlier?
I was not aware it happened, and I wasn't aware there was a time period. So I wasn't aware that the meetings happened, and I started talking to Mr. Thomas maybe a month and a half ago. I believe.
Yeah, because these meetings have been going on since, what, February?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And was he sent,
No.
any information?
We can check via email. Be that as it may, that was an extra element beyond the normal reporting requirements, noticing requirements. We did all of our normal noticing to the paper, but it's definitely not a perfect science, and some people are probably not going to be in the loop on it. I do also believe it made its way around in social media circles for a while. I mean, it was being talked about.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other questions or comments? What is the other cities that have done this already? Redmond is one, and who else?
I could get you a list. Redmond, there's a city, I believe Culver up north. Their city manager, Karen, I had a brief discussion with her. There's not a laundry list.
No,
of
I
them.
don't think there's very many of them,
Mhm.
but I know we're not the first.
Mhm.
Estacada did it.
Estacada
And
did?
they got it shut down. Redmond was in the process of doing this. They're no longer doing this. They're doing an application, but there is not a moratorium there. They're using buffers, which is different than a moratorium, in my opinion.
Our city attorney confirmed that they are regulating it in some fashion based on population, so there might be some
They started with
misinformation.
one. There's now going to be 3. And
In Redmond?
There was going to be 1 in Redmond, and now they're at 3 that are opening, and there's going to be a 4th and a 5th.
Well, okay,
What's the population of Redmond?
it's bigger than us.
Oh, yeah, anything is.
Their population threshold they used was 10,000. But again, and I would say, if I may, Mayor, to close the loop on, because there was a lot in the appellant's testimony having to do with legalities, and we can all understand that the council didn't make this decision solely based on economical purposes. There were other factors that weighed heavily on this. However, I can tell you that there's no case law out there that indicates a full prohibition on doing this. You won't find any case law anywhere. Our city attorneys looked. So.
I think, one, I'm sad that you didn't come before us when we were doing it. 2, you weren't at the meetings and didn't hear the community outroar about not having this. What we did is, as a council, open it up so that one could come in, even after the city had voted no for it twice. They voted yes on the tax, but they vote no on the dispensaries. And we were in a position to take the hit, is what we did. We took the hit. And that is why we promised we would only open one. It's not that, it's not just economics. First of all, I went to school here. 50 years ago, and the population was 2,500. 50 years later, well, it's 52 now, 5,300. And that's total, that's not over 21. I don't see us getting to 7,500 or whatever the number is in the 7,000s over 21 to give us the opportunity to even look at having another one. What we are trying to do is respect the citizens, respect the fact that we said what we said and we're going to stand by it. And that's why we did what we did. Are there any other questions or comments? Okay. Following the presentation of testimony, the presiding officer will open the floor for a motion to close the public hearing. If there's nothing further, I'm looking for a motion.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
A second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mayor, if I may, just to provide you with your options.
Yes, please.
Now that you are at that portion, you have 3 options which are listed in your staff report. You can, number 1, uphold or affirm the city council agrees with the original ordinance and leaves it in place. Number 2, reverse. The city council agrees with the appellant and overturns it. Or number 3, modifies the original ordinance in some capacity, but still upholds with that modification.
Okay.
Those are your 3 options.
Okay, so do the council members have anything to discuss?
The only thing that I would say is that what you mentioned there, and aptly so, was that we made a promise. And a promise made is a promise kept. And so therefore, my position is that we will affirm the ordinance.
I personally think, yes, the people didn't want it, but the people did not know what kind of economics was involved with running the city. And in order to keep the city running as good as it is, right? Well, not as good as it is right now, because that's why we put that in. Because we don't have the money to improve the playground. We don't have the money to do this. We need some more income. Yes, I wish we had more in that new building. I mean, the guy that built that took over the
Shopping center.
yeah, the shopping center over there, but we still don't have anything. And I think that we help the people that, and mainly it's older people that go there for, not recreation, but for aches and pains, which I have some friends that go there and they say, it really works, Dory, you should really try it, you got arthritis. Okay, I don't go in there, but still, I do think they help some people, and if they want to, they should not have to drive to Roseburg or to Medford or anything, they should have it here. Plus, again, the city needs so much, your streets, your sewer. I can't say enough, it just makes me, I don't know what else we could do. That will bring in some money, I hope to help us. Any of you ridden any of the side streets? Do you know how bad they are? Do you know that sewer sometimes comes up? Sorry, I'll quit.
Thank you, Tori. Councilor Wiggins?
Not too much to add. I mean, we ran on the idea that we would restrict it to one, and we got a lot of backlash for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what we said. I think we need to stick to it.
Mr. Hobson.
I agree. We got one in. I think we need to stick with that at least for a while, and we'll see how. It hasn't been in long enough to know that whether we're saturated or not. I think we should just uphold the ordinance as we passed it in the first place.
I do commend you on where you have your store. It's on the way out of town into Melrose, and nobody else is out there. It was a good spot to put it. Plus, you're right there by all the senior homes. So I need a motion to.
One of the options.
I need a motion for one of the options to 1, keep it, 2, repeal it, or 3, change it.
I make a motion that we keep and affirm the existing ordinance.
And a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Collier, I wish you'd been here in the beginning when we were first starting. I really do. If you'd been here in the beginning and heard all of the stories and
I've done it for 8 years, so I was right on the sharp line of the blade to start this whole process.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of smaller communities like this that do need the income.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first time being a part of the moratorium idea. I'm not sure, how that's going to work for everyone, but
Yeah,
everyone has the right to put up an ordinance.
but we thank you for coming.
Oh,
We do.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Okay. Closing hearing. Thank you. Consent agenda. Approval of the council minutes for July 6th, 2026.
I make a motion we approve council minutes of July 6th.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Perfect, passes. Acceptance of minutes, boards, commissions, committees, economic development, June 10th, and park board, June 9th.
I move that we accept those minutes as they are presented in the agenda.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Perfect. Comments from the audience? Anyone wishing to discuss items not covered on this agenda is welcome to address the city as a whole. Please state your name and address for the record. Each speaker will be given a maximum of 3 minutes. Speakers may not defame, intimidate, or use profanity or personal affronts. The council reserves the right to delay action until they have full information on the issue. Would anybody like to come up and talk to us? Come on.
Hi. Greetings again, everybody. My name is Felicia Matthews. I live in 10 Mile. I have 3 things. One, I spend a lot of time at the reservoir, and I'd like to know why there's no park attendant there. Does anybody know the answer to that question?
The reservoir is outside the city limits. We don't have any idea.
It would be county jurisdiction, Douglas County.
Okay.
And there used to be a park host up there, but
Yeah. Okay, well, that answers that question. My second is I drive Highway 42 all the time back and forth to work, and I know the city is looking for some money. I don't think anybody here is from the police force, but why do we not have anybody writing tickets on Highway 42? Can somebody just write that down and maybe look into that?
So they are cracking down. We'll chat about that a little more in our traffic and public safety, but they've done an update to their appeal process and with the intent of cracking down on speeding.
And I'll tell you, sometimes, in fact, I stopped at the house where the police were sitting at Brockway and 42.
But yeah.
And they were waiting for speeders to come through.
All right, well, right where that high school is, where it drops down to 45, that'd be a great place. Anyway.
Mayor, if I may, thank you for the question. We will check with our police chief on strategies in that regard. I know that they alternate the different things that they try to do, but that area definitely needs some attention. So thank you for that.
And my third one is, I said I'm on the Winston Community Facebook page, and I don't live in Winston, but I hear that there's a lot of problems with elderly people getting their mail. Has anybody else heard of that?
I do believe we just had a conversation about that.
Is it all right if I
Go
expand on
ahead.
that?
Yes, please. Yes.
I'm one of those semi-elderly people.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Okay. And we had our mail on hold. I had some packages that showed, because I keep track, because I have an app that I can go and track my packages in my mail. That it was delivered to the post office, and it's all mysteriously disappeared. This is the 3rd time this year, since January. There was I was at DC Co-op the other day, and there was a general discussion going on about they're missing mail, packages, people standing there. I've got it from my neighbors, and people are not afraid to call. Okay? So this is what I have done. Okay? I contacted Senator Berkeley's office, and now I've got all the paperwork turned in, and everything. And they are making a notice of inquiry to the postal system, the Postmaster General.
Here.
National. I've also contacted Val Hoyle, our congressperson, about the same thing, and she is making a congressional inquiry. Okay? Our city manager has been making some telephone calls to the state regarding this. It is a major problem. There's some things I would like to say, but I cannot divulge at this time. Okay? But I do have an inside source at the post office.
All right, well, that's good to hear, because I think the elderly suffer, especially if you're dealing with any forms or means of Social Security. They only contact you through mail. Maybe they'll call you on the phone, but any kind of personal things you need to receive, to like where you live, and documents come through the mail. And I just feel for my elderly friends that don't have their mail. So that was my third thing.
What I suggest doing is contact your elderly friends, and if they have a computer, capability, is to go into USPS.com, and they can track every piece of mail that they get, every package, where it originates, where it comes through, and everything. And if it does not show up, they have written proof that it's there.
Well, the post office is federal property.
Yes, it is.
So are our mail carriers here in Winston, are they vetted? Are they just regular citizens?
That's all
Yeah.
up to the post office.
Mayor, if I may, it is a federal entity, so they would follow those federal hiring practices, similar to any other, like the IRS or any other federal establishment. That's why the council member reached out to state representatives and congressional members, and I reached out to David Brock Smith, which is our stateside Senate representative in this area. He is running for the general federal state chair or seat against, I believe, Jeff Merkley, which sometimes makes them feel more inclined to assist us. They want our votes. So we are making those inquiries because it's not just coming from one source. It's coming from a vast number.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, my daughter lives in Corvallis, they have a heck of a problem with their mail too. So it's not just local. It's a USPS total disaster. Everything from here, we wanna, if you put something in the mail from Winston to Winston, it's gotta go to Portland and then it comes back.
Yeah, and then
So
back.
any time, it could get lost anyplace.
And it has.
And it has in the
That's-
past.
It has.
The water bill and the
And
sewer
the
bill
sewer
is a
bill.
classic example.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
And I'm
much.
glad you brought that up.
I
Thank
hope
you.
you come back.
Yes, please do.
Okay, anybody else? Come on up. Now's the time. Too bad. Okay, or Roxanne, I don't know. Sit back there. Okay, boards, reports, boards, commissions, committees, and schools. Economic development, July 8th. We're in the packet. Traffic, do you want to go over it? No? What was in the
Minutes
packet?
are in the packet.
Okay.
Yep.
Traffic and public safety. Mr. Wiggins,
Yeah.
Counselor Wiggins.
Pretty brief meeting that we had. We do have a vacancy, so if there's anybody that would like to join the committee, we'd love to have you. We did chat on the Delma potholes. Terry did have a chance to connect with city maintenance. Sounds like there's just not enough money for us to really do much there. Terry gave us an update on some of the different email communications, which I have to say Terry is just doing a phenomenal job at going out of her way to connect with the community and keep those conversations going, follow-ups. That's a lot of legwork, so I have to give her a real shout out. We did go over some of the different monitoring that the police did. So Sullivan near Midway, Gregory near Edwards. Both, to my surprise, were at the speed limit, which I think that's crazy. And then Willway near Ryan Road was actually under the speed limit for the majority. So
Oh, you mean for they put the signs, sign of the
yeah,
trailers
they
out there?
monitored.
Oh, yeah, I see the signs.
So maybe that's a part of it.
Yeah, we need to have them everywhere.
That always slows
I
it
know.
down.
So are you saying, Counselor, you weren't driving on those streets?
Apparently I was. Terry did bring up some consistent speeding on Abraham. 35 plus, pretty consistently, which we've heard that feedback so far. Talked about loaded trucks driving up and down that road. Mike, what is he, the sergeant brought up that they are cracking down on speeding. So same report that the chief gave us, that they brought up the appeal process with the intent of really cracking down on speeding. We know that that's a problem. I think to the manager's point, finding different areas that we can really target and would be a really good strategy for us. It was brought up that the idea of repaving Tumblin and Elwood, and that was something that they did want the liaison to bring to the city maintenance.
Back to school? Isn't
I-
that part of back to school?
We
Oh,
just-
sorry, not
Somewhere.
repaving. There's a line there. It has its own purpose. May have already been brought up, but there's a four-way stop. One of the lines at the stop sign is missing the white line, which I
So striping,
Stop.
actually.
yeah, which I believe is a requirement.
Stop bar, okay.
That may have already been brought to you guys. So, and then the last thing that I have is our next meeting will be at, on the 12th, October. Just a reminder, October 12th. Meet for
Thank you.
yeah.
October. Wow. Okay. She can read without. Department reports.
Mayor, if I may, the Park Board, July 14th, did you have a report, Counselor?
Did you have one, Dory?
I have one of, what I recall, I'm sorry. This was on June 9th. I don't have the one on the 14th. Clay, you? Oh, I just tried. That didn't work.
Apparently not.
We shut it off. We turned it to off.
It was on Do Not Disturb.
Do not disturb.
Apparently not long enough.
Okay, July 14th, the main thing that I saw here was that Clay spoke on behalf of the Cascade Electric regarding the Civic Wayside Park because of all the damage that was done down there. And also, paperwork was given to the Public Works to look that over, which they did. They have removed some trees and debris down there, correct?
Yeah, are you referring to the damaged tree? Or are
Yeah,
you?
foot damage.
Oh, okay. That's,
Yes, we
yeah.
did respond to that one.
They responded and got that cleaned up. And also, there was a discussion about the park playground equipment. That was taken out in River Bend Park, but the upper park is still full of toys for the kids to play with. I myself had some people come up to me and said, we went there and they took everything away. They were really upset about it. I guess there was a couple of parents that were there. But I think that's going to be corrected if you guys change anything, that they will give notice before, even though there is something wrong with it, let the people know that, hey, it's closed. That was the only thing. And it definitely needed to be repaired. And now we're in the process, the park board is, of finding some replacements. And also some chairs that we're still looking at.
Benches.
And there wasn't anything that there was asking for an update on the workshop and also on the new modified park advisory committee. And the prior park board seats were vacated at the last city council meeting, which was the last time. And the new committee will contain 4 citizen volunteers. They don't need to reside in the city of Winston, which is great because there's so much help from outside. I thought that was wonderful. But the other thing is that they are going to have managers, I hope that goes through, from the city that live in the city themselves. But we still want to allow people from outside that are great workers. I don't know what we do with some of those that volunteer, it's wonderful. But still, we need some of the city managers, not managers, city people that live here to be on the chairperson. And there was a thank you to everybody for all the work they did. And I probably left some out because I'm going kind of off my head and looking at a headline. So, do you have anything to add to that, Jack?
I believe you did very well. We did speak about the Festival Association has a park project where they would like to put a commercial photo eye back here in Civic Wayside Park to regulate Christmas lights so that they turn off during the day and they turn on during the evening, as opposed to buying some cheap ones at a local box store that are not lasting very long, and it's costing more money than it should. It should help with the power bills. It should be a one-time shot, should be easily installed. They've already got a contractor and funding for it. It was approved all the way around. Everyone seems to think that it was a reasonably good idea. The next step would be presentation to City Council.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
Certainly.
Okay, department reports. Chris is not here. Thomas, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Good evening, members of the audience. I only have one thing for you. In concert with what Councilor White was discussing, that transpired at the last park board meeting. The new park advisory committee applications are available here at City Hall. We also have a correlating park volunteer program application. It's really a general form we use for all of our board commission committee meetings. We've just added those as areas that you can select. So we would entice or admonish folks to put in for that if they feel interested, with the caveat that even if the 4 positions get filled, the park volunteer program is expansive. It has no limitation on membership. So, if those positions are filled up rather quickly, you can always participate in the volunteer program and make a difference in the parks.
And isn't it the volunteers, there's the subcommittees, the ones going to be able to do the fundraising without ordinance or without
any
state,
limitations?
Federal limitations?
Yeah. The park board, the previous park board, and the new park advisory committee is a governing body. And so if you're going to volunteer, you couldn't then sit correlating on the dais and make a decision on it. It represents a conflict of interest.
Right.
The park volunteer program doesn't have that issue. They are a standalone program that is ancillary to the park advisory committee. There's a park volunteer coordinator that is assigned to govern that volunteer program that reports to the advisory committee. And so it's all linked together in kind of that linchpin. So it's just getting up off its feet. We still have to assign 2 ex officio members, and the council, in its discretion, has to assign a liaison. You've had Councilor White for some time on the previous board, but it would, under your inclination, it would be completely up to you who you assign as the new liaison to that group. But just wanted everyone to know that those applications are available. People could start applying. We hope that they do.
We hope so. And they can go online and put in their applications?
Yep.
Or get the city website?
It's on our website. You can download it as a PDF form, and you can email it to any of our city staff here at City Hall, and we will flush it through. It'll have to come before the body of the council for ratification.
Download that application. Okay. Well, we don't have wastewater, Chris Sherlock, but we do have Andy and Megan. Are they going to make a report or just?
I'd love to, Mayor. A quick one. So just, good evening, everybody. So just kind of a siphon update. We did get the water line. The contractor got the water line into the property owners down there. That worked out pretty good. So they got the pothole line for obvious reasons. When they start the work down there, we know that's their well's going to dry up.
Is
So
this on Hellwood?
yeah.
Okay.
So we got the water line's been put in. They've been fusing the pipe on the treatment plant side. So they've got the 12 and 14 has been fused. They're working on the 18-inch. Just kind of an example of that's 12 inches, inch thick. The 16 is an inch and a half thick, and the 18's almost 2 inches. So it takes heat to fuse these things together. So they did the 12-inch in a day. They did the 16 in a day and a half. Almost 2 days. So this 18 is going to take 3 days probably just to fuse it. It's a pretty interesting process out there. They're dragging this, dragging these big, because they're all one big long pipe now. They're dragging these things around the treatment facility, trying to snake. They're 627 feet each. There's three separate lines we're going to be putting under the siphon, under the river. So they've got these long pipes that they have to finagle around and not interfere with the treatment plant, and then his situation. So they're doing a good job out there. And then we're hopefully this week we'll start, the Canan's we'll be doing the drilling out there. That it's looking like this week that may happen, may start.
Drilling as in boring underneath
Yeah.
the river?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not drilling, that's boring.
Yeah, so they're gonna be hopefully this week. That's the plan, but we all know subject to change, so.
They start from the other side and come this
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, that's it, and just our normal procedures, normal work stuff going on.
She's our entertainment for the night.
I did turn it in. You shut it off.
And that's all we got.
Guys.
Yes, thank you, Dory.
Broke everything up, huh? Twice.
Third time.
It ain't gonna be a third time, I'm gonna throw it.
Don't hit anybody. Okay, old business, we have none. New business licenses. We have Emily Pressel who is an independent contractor. JJW Inc., DBA Grocery Outlet. They just now getting their business license?
Yes, it is a renewal, but there also is some very bittersweet news that Dean is retiring come October. Not sure if that's made it around, and I may have abused his confidence by declaring it here in front of the entire council, but
I wondered why it was a different name.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
they have a corporate process for choosing someone who takes over, and I believe that his recommendation is weighed heavily, but this runs in concert with that process.
Okay, I wondered about that. Okay, I need a motion to accept the business licenses, please.
I'll move to accept the
Okay.
business license.
And a second,
I'll second.
and in favor, please.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Thank you very much. Council workshop dates, if necessary.
None at this time, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, park project for Civic Wayside Parks. Park Board recommendation.
Mayor, if I may, I'll pass this one over to Public Works to share,
Yeah, this is
and we do have the Park Board Chair here as well to do this request justice.
Isn't this for this, the motion,
It's-
yeah, the light?
Jack kind of highlighted on that,
Yeah.
yeah, it's for the, yeah, it's already been,
Photosensitive, yeah.
yeah, it's been vetted out, and this is the final step on those recommendations.
Has that park project, yes.
There you go.
Did anybody want to come up? Jack, did you want to come up and talk about it, or?
It's not my project, but.
Whose is it? Well, come on up.
Oh, there he is, there's Brian.
I'm Brian Freed,
Hi, Brian.
504
Nice to meet
Hooten
you.
Road,
Yeah.
Winston. Yeah, so this will control the lights in the park, have them run at an appropriate time, and avoid having to continue to purchase smaller devices that fail.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm surprised we haven't done it before, but thank you for doing it.
Very much.
And it's all funded and ready to go?
It is?
Yay. And you have Cascade coming in to put it in?
Yes.
Yes. And when are they gonna put it in?
I forget the exact dates, but it is in paperwork.
Okay. So, before Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Definitely. You never know. Okay, I need a motion for this, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I need a motion to pass the park project for Civic Wayside Park.
I make a motion, we pass the park board.
Photosensor.
I can't talk. Photosensor. Anyway, the lights.
There you
Let's
go.
put it that way.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? It will be lit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we have resolution number 26-1233, Chamber of Commerce Agreement Extension. Read by title only, Thomas McIntosh.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Resolution number 26-1233, a resolution of the City of Winston, Oregon City Council authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement for the first extension with the Winston Area Chamber of Commerce for the use of transient room tax funds for tourism promotion.
And staff report, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Just as a follow-up to our last meeting, this was a full 1-year contract constituting $1,000 per month out of your transient room tax line item. There is a change, and I want to reaffirm the change from last budget year to this budget year, and it will make a difference in how you assess funding to some of our events out there. So, as you know, there is a discretionary and a non-discretionary category in our transient room tax money, and we're allowed to use, right now it just changed, it's a 60% discretionary, which that's not how it was before, and 40% non-discretionary. Non-discretionary can only be used to promote tourism, which means you're broadcasting something 50 miles away or facilitating an overnight stay. You can pass the money to a chamber that can use it on those matters or personnel or local events. So there's a little more latitude if you do that. And we've been doing that in the tune of $1,000, which is $12,000 per year. However, with the losing of the one hotel, we lost some tourism funding. We did. It went down. It almost got slashed in half. We're only getting in revenue around $12,000 to $13,000 per month. So as
Per year.
Per year. I wish it were per month. So as a necessity and a sound budgetary practice, we did have to move. We were budgeting $20,000 as an expenditure on the other side, even though we didn't have revenue to match that. So this year, out of necessity, we had to match it. So with that caveat, that is from a financial standpoint, that's the only change. Your chamber membership is here today. We had somewhat of a discussion last time. Since their membership is here, I think it's necessary to have a good discussion regarding the perpetuation of this contract.
Thank you, Thomas. Would the chamber like to come up and talk to us? Please.
You'll have to excuse my attire. I have a less formal event after this. So. I guess maybe first we should ask if you have any questions for us.
Your name and address.
Teresa DeWalt, 719 Glengarry Loop Road.
Shannon Nelson, 1060 Northwest Matthew Street, Winston.
Okay. So,
So I guess to start it off,
Yeah.
my question would be, what is the proposed amount to change the contract to?
I do believe that we discussed 500, right?
The proposal has to come from your direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. That is good to know.
Was that relayed to anybody?
Was it relayed to anyone?
Mm-hmm.
We've had lots of conversations, maybe at some point through the mix, but I guess the format that we're in, it's kind of proper procedure to look at. They're the funding agency, so what's your ask, right?
I guess our ask would be $500 a month then, right? That was our that was our gateway to that, correct?
Sounds good.
So, I mean, I think our question would also be, are there any questions from the council as far as chamber performance or questions on how we use the money or what we do currently?
I would like to know. I do. I would like to know what are we doing? We've been going 2 years now?
One year.
Just one?
Yep.
Yeah, just 1 year.
When
Shannon and I worked 2 years, but just 1 year for
we
the
initially
chamber.
started, we started 2 years ago gathering our
Gathering,
ducks,
okay.
our information,
Yeah.
knowing what we needed, what we could do, what we couldn't do, that sort of thing. So as far as a contract, it has been 1 year with the city.
And how's it working?
It is working.
There slowly.
We are up over 40 members right now.
Nice.
You know, with starting any business or any entity within anywhere, usually it takes 5 years to
really get your feet in the ground. That's when you either make it or break it. For the first year, we finally have a paid executive director. And that is why I stepped down, is because I could not do it anymore financially. So for about the first year, everything was strictly volunteer and everything. So even with the amounts that we have now, it is very little that we can allocate to our executive director. She is doing the best she can as far as getting out there, getting new members. We're definitely been advertising on Facebook at different events, sponsoring different events. You know, obviously we're not the largest sponsor out there for these events, but we are doing what we can to assist the other events as well.
Is there anything more that we can do to help you?
Help me?
Aren't you the
Yeah.
paid director
Yeah.
person to do it?
I don't, not at this time, no.
No? Is there anything we can,
Well,
okay, I have a
okay.
list of questions.
Well, I can go over some things we've done too in the last
Okay.
year. So, I mean, we've created our board and set up the chamber from zero.
Mhm.
Paid membership. Previous chamber did not charge for members. We've also set up our nonprofit status, federal and state. Our membership has grown. We've had several events, 2 membership drives, one at Looking Glass Brewery and one at Frida State Winery. We've had a chamber luncheon and a chamber open house at VFW. We did do a workshop for chamber members that were free, and we also opened it up to the community. We hired our executive director. We did receive a grant from Wake Up. We've donated to 2 organizations, which was Wade, and then also to the Civic Wayside Project as well. We pay and track the funding for the city levy. And we have also, as you know, been accepted into the Umpqua Rural Regional Hub.
Yes.
And that will soon kick off. We received an email today. We participated in the Douglas High School Trunk and Treat. We participated in the community Christmas event. We had a ribbon cutting for Red Barn. We hope to have more for the businesses that join the chamber. We've compiled bylaws, programs, and processes for the chamber. Yes, they probably need to be refined, but we have done it. So it's a start. We are starting to discuss partnering with other chambers in our area. And like Shanna said, we currently are over 40 members. Our social media, our Facebook page, we now have 1,300 followers.
Nice.
We advertise businesses and local events, and in the last 28 days, our Facebook page has had 44,277 views.
Our website's up and running with all the members as of right now. We are still waiting on some logos to get those on there. And we also post on our website not only our chamber events, but our community events on our calendar. What else? Tell a little bit about the city and put a contact on there as well.
And then the next year, of course, we're gonna have to get the Main Street program up and running, and we had promised them that we would have full-time staff to do that as well. And then also the Citizens of the Year banquet, you know, we wanna have that next year. That will take money and time as well, and we're hoping to give Megan more hours to work on a lot of these events. And then also we would like to do more chamber networking and maybe some chamber conferences if we're able, to keep growing.
I wish you would have them on days I don't work my job.
Yeah.
I really would. I would like to show up,
Yeah.
but I have a job and I have a thing today.
It's hard.
It is.
Because most of those that we ask, that have their businesses, they want them during business time. I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
I work full time, so it's hard for me to attend
because-
them, but I definitely just try to support as much as I
Support
can.
as much as possible. Megan, do you have a job? Are you a nurse?
No, I'm not a nurse.
Okay.
She has like 3 jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a busy girl.
So did you step down?
I did, yes. I'm just a board member now.
So
We're
there's
actively
you.
looking for members.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what members do you
Executive board
need?
members.
Yeah, executive board members.
Yes.
Those are different than board members?
Correct.
And so and who do you need?
Go ahead.
We are in need of a president,
Uh-huh.
and we are in need of a vice president.
Okay,
We currently have a treasurer and a secretary.
okay.
And then we can have up to, I believe, with our count, we can have 3 more regular board members.
Regular board members, okay, so president, vice president, and 3 board.
And they have to be members of the chamber.
Okay. Do they have to have a business?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And none of our businesses want to?
Well, not yet. There are 2 new businesses that are coming onto the board.
Uh-huh.
So as we grow that membership, then we're assuming that we'll have more activity in the board and with events.
Okay. Are you actively asking for grants and things to help fund things that you need?
We haven't recently, like I said, we did receive the Wake Up Grant, which was very generous, by the way. But again, we need to give Megan, Shannon and I have given a lot of time and our own money to the chamber the last 2 years. So we're hoping to give Megan more hours so she can start applying for more grants besides just the events. I mean, that takes up all of her time right now. And then getting out and trying to recruit any members. And we honestly could do a better job of trying to recruit new members as well. But we're hoping to give her more hours so she can start applying for grants on a consistent basis.
Okay, good.
Time restraint is everything right now.
Yeah, it is.
You know, as you guys know, being volunteers as well, it's hard. We have a great team, we have great businesses that help us spread the word. Just by even sharing our Facebook posts, it really does help. As you know, it goes a long way.
It does, and we need to. We need to so desperately.
My business personally donates over $50 a month to the chamber. And the $50 flat off the top is just their website and their hosting that is donated. And then I personally donate additional onto that as far as trying to make sure all of our memberships are up there and everything's up to date with their information.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Thank you.
Shannon does
really
a
hard about, yeah.
Shannon does a wonderful job with assisting on the newsletter as well. She has a big part of that, and we really appreciate that. It's catching fire. It looks
Okay.
great. Yeah.
People talk about it all over. Much appreciated, all the work both of you have put in.
it's been a rough 2 years.
Shannon also does the chamber newsletter too.
Yes.
I do
Yeah.
a chamber newsletter that's sent out every month as well.
So, does anybody else have anything to say?
I know that I was actually the council liaison to the old chamber that eventually went away. And one of the big things that I got from that was the lack of continual conversations between the board and the members, or the chamber members. Because I go to board meetings as a liaison and ask, are you in touch with your members all the time? And there's kind of, maybe a little bit. So I got to thinking, well, what are the members getting out of this chamber if you're not talking to them? So is that something that you're also focused on?
Absolutely. That's why we do the monthly newsletter strictly, that's separate from the city. We do a chamber newsletter. We do business tips on there. We let them know any events that are going on, not just with the chamber, with around the chamber, or within the community, I should say. We also let them know any workshops, any networking events, any, I can't even think. Sorry, it's been a long few days for me. As Teresa said, just membership drives where they can network, where they can communicate. If they have events going on or if they have sales going on, we encourage them. Send us your information, send us your sales, send us your anything so we can push it out not only in the newsletter but also on our social media.
Right.
We also send out polls to see what they're interested in and what they'd like to be involved in. So we do try to stay in contact with them.
That's what I appreciate, the fact that you're involved with the individual members on if not a daily basis.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's usually at minimum once a month with the newsletter, but then, like I said, anytime we have other stuff going on, it's at least twice a month.
I've read it. Nice. Chamber, okay, it's part of your business. Does the chamber help business come into town? Have we stolen anything from Roseburg lately?
Stolen businesses?
Well,
Poach.
said,
Or
poached, whatever.
businesses?
Coerced, whatever you want to say.
Since we're the Winston area Chamber of Commerce, we have brought other businesses from outside of
the area.
the area doing business, joining, and learning more about our town.
Okay.
I can say Lynn here, her business is not located in Winston, but she's a Winston area business.
Nice, thank
And
you.
her business is a member of our chamber, and she is actually our treasurer as well.
Perfect.
So that's a perfect example of that. Teresa, her business is not inside Winston. However, she is dedicated so much to the Winston area Chamber of Commerce that it's hard to be, I mean,
No,
so
I-
thankful
that's
for it,
good.
you know.
But we also have businesses in Sutherland and
Yes.
Canyonville and Myrtle Creek that have joined.
Tri-City.
That's what, yeah.
So,
Good.
But I don't know if we poach businesses to
Well,
move to Winston,
poach
but that
might
is our
happen.
ultimate goal, is to grow
encourage
Winston business.
Yes.
them to come here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In other words, encourage relocation.
Encourage, yes.
Yes.
Or new businesses.
They're
We
trying
want
to
to know
build
about new
businesses.
businesses as
We
well.
want, yeah. We need them. We have room for them.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
In regards to the staff report, thank you, folks. In regards to the staff report, I will say, I make a couple of points. The communication to the city from the chamber has been excellent. We've held a monthly meeting on the first Monday of the month at 9 a.m., and Teresa has been excellent at participating in that, and we talk about updates and all of those things. And we've talked more frequently than that on all matters chamber related. The other thing is the staff report does not mention a recommendation. There is no recommendation on this because these chamber members are very passionate. They're very committed to what they're doing. The council understands the situation as it stands. So we had the full inclination that after a discussion, if you folks were asking for 1,000, if you're asking for 500, whatever it is, that a good conclusion would be arrived. The only thing we will recommend is we highly advise continuing another contract for another year. We'll leave it to your discretion on how much you will award the chamber every month.
I would like to offer 1,000, but we really can't, so I'd say
I'd love to do
$500.
1,000 too.
But we can't, but I go for $500.
Yeah, I'm good with 500.
A motion. A second?
What'd you say?
I said, do I hear 750?
750, yeah. I would like that,
Yeah, let's do an auction. Let's see.
550, 500, go with the motion.
I heard 1,500 in the back.
Somebody else has got another one.
I make a motion that we allocate $500 a month to the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, and extend the contract?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank
There we
you.
go.
Thank you.
And we wish we could give you 1,000 a month. We really do. 1,500 would be nice too, but at this point in time, we just can't.
No, we
just
understand
can't.
the budget issues. We appreciate anything you can give us.
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you very much.
yes.
If you know anybody that runs a hotel, we can get another hotel in here.
Actually,
Yeah.
kind of working on that, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you put
Yeah.
one right there.
That's gonna
You know,
Yeah.
it would be a nice job. They got room and plenty of parking. Okay. Oh, look at non-agenda items from the council. Oh, good, none. Upcoming agenda items.
Go to.
Good of the order. Copies are in your reports and claims in excess of 500. And thank you very much, Shannon. Thank you
Sorry,
very
we
much.
apologize. We had to
No,
run.
really, thank you very
Have a
much
good
for
night.
doing that. Announcements, city council meeting, the next one is August 3rd. I don't know what happened to this year already, but I wish it would slow down. August 3rd at 7 City Hall, Riverbend Live, free summer concert, 7 p.m. Fridays in July. It was really good last week if you weren't there. Riverbend Live Youth Theater performance is on July 31st and August 1st at 7 p.m. Riverbend Park. Executive session.
Yes, Your Honor. Briefly, ORS 192.6602H to consult concerning the legal rights and duties of a public body with regards to litigation or litigation likely to be filed. Andy Howe and Megan Hamilton will remain 10 minutes probably.